The first thing you need to know about Sarah Mae Collins is that she was born fighting. October 12, 1940. In a coal camp house so small the bed touched 3 walls. Her mama said the midwife barely had time to wash her hands before. Sarah came out screaming at the world, a depression baby raised on cornbread and creek water in Mill Creek Hollow, Harlan County, Kentucky. The mountains there are old, older than sorrow, and they teach children early that life is mostly endurance. By the time she was 10, she could outrun every boy in the one-room school, carry 2 buckets of water up the hill without spilling a drop, and shoot the head off a squirrel. At 50 yards with her daddy's .22, folks said she had mountain grit in her bones. They weren't wrong. At 17, she married Ray Collins because he had the bluest eyes she'd ever seen and because he promised her a life better than the camp houses. He was 22, already pulling coal 12 hours a day at the tipple, strong as an oak and twice as stubborn. They set up housekeeping in a little whitewashed place at the mouth of the hollow. 2 rooms and a lean-to kitchen. The first year was sweet. He brought home his pay envelope unopened. She kept a garden, canned beans, and sang him to sleep with the old hymns her mama taught her. The sweetness lasted exactly until their first baby. Thomas Ray came along in '59. Money got tight. The mine laid men off. Ray started stopping at the beer joint on the way home. The first time he hit her was over burnt biscuits. The second time was because the baby cried too long. By the time their daughter, Ruth Ann, arrived in '62 and little Jimmy in '65, Sarah Mae had learned the rhythm of his anger the way other women learn recipes. She never answered back. In the hollow, a woman who talked too much got talked about. So she wore long sleeves in summer and told the preacher she walked into a door. She told herself it would get better when the mine reopened, when the baby slept through the night, when the price of coal went up. She told herself a lot of things. The worst night came in October 1968. Sarah Mae was 28 years old and bone-tired. The baby had croup, the washing machine had quit, and Ray had been laid off again. He came home late with 3 men from the Tipple Tommy Daniels, Billy Ray Turner, and Junior Whitaker, carrying brown bags that clinked when they walked. They ate the beans she had cooked for supper, drank the last of the coffee, and sent the children to bed early. Sarah Mae washed dishes while the men got louder. She felt the shift in the air the way animals feel a storm coming. When Ray told her to go on to bed, his voice had that flat, dangerous sound. She obeyed because obedience had always been safer. They locked the bedroom door from the outside. She beat on it until her fists bled. Then the door opened again and all 4 of them came in. There is no gentle way to say what happened next. 4 men, 1 small woman, a mattress that creaked like it was crying too. She fought, she clawed and bit and screamed until her throat was raw. The hollow slept with its windows shut and its dogs chained. When they finished, they left her on the floor in the dark with the warning that if she ever opened her mouth, they would come back for the children. She lay there until the roosters started. Then she rose, stiff and torn, and built up the fire. She heated water, bathed as best she could, and dressed the children for school. She kissed each one on the forehead and sent them out the door with their lunch pails. She did not cry. Not then. For 7 days, she moved through the house like a ghost. She cooked, cleaned, starched Ray's shirts, and smiled when neighbors waved. Inside, something was burning. Not rage yet. Rage would come later, but a slow, steady coal fire that refused to go out. On the 7th night, she gathered her children around the kitchen table after Ray passed. Out on the couch, the kerosene lamp painted soft gold on their faces. Thomas was 9, Ruth Ann 6, Jimmy 3. She looked at them a long time. "I need you to listen close," she said, voice low and steady. "Your daddy and his friends hurt Mama bad. Hurt me in a way no woman should ever be hurt. I ain't telling you the worst of it because you're too little to carry it. But I'm telling you enough so you know why we're leaving. Mama's talking you away from here and we ain't never coming back." Ruth Ann started to cry. Thomas's mouth went tight like his daddy's. Jimmy just stared with those big, solemn eyes. Sarah May reached across the table and took their hands. "We're gonna be all right," she promised. "Mama's got fire inside her now, and fire can keep you warm or it can burn the whole world down. We're choosing warm." The very next Sunday after church let out, Sarah May walked down the church steps in her only good dress, navy cotton with tiny white flowers, and stood in the middle of the men smoking on the grill. She carried the big family Bible her mama had given her on her wedding day. Conversation died like somebody pulled a plug. She opened the Bible, not to read, but to show them the blank page where births and deaths were recorded. "Scratch our names out," she said, loud enough for the women on the porch to hear too. Sarah May Collins, Thomas Ray Collins, Ruth Ann Collins, James William Collins. We're done with this hollow. And before we go, I want every soul here to know exactly what Ray Collins and Tommy Daniels and Billy Ray Turner and Jr. Whitaker did to me last Friday night. They held me down and they took turns. Any man here who calls them friend from this day on is saying he'd have done the same." A woman gasped. Somebody's cigarette fell and burned a hole in the grass. The preacher opened his mouth and closed it again. Sarah May looked straight at Ray, standing there pale as milk. "You come after us," she told him, "and I swear on this Bible, I will kill you and burn this hollow to the ground behind me." Then she turned and walked away. Nobody tried to stop her. That night, while Ray snored drunk in front of the television, Sarah May packed 3 paper sacks. She took the children's clothes, her mama's silver wedding band, the .38 revolver her daddy had left her, and $37 she'd hidden in a coffee can above the stove. She backed Ray's rusted '59 Chevy out of the yard so quiet the dogs barely barked, and they rolled down the mountain before the moon was high. They drove north, first Knoxville, then Cincinnati, then all the way to Cleveland, Ohio, where her cousin Wanda had married a steel worker and said there was plenty of work. Sarah May rented 2 rooms above a Polish bakery.